discover the rows of trees, thought not. The journey to discover Vietnam today, I went to the southwestern land. There, more than 1,000 years ago associated with the Oceo culture, where the rice-growing inhabitants of the peaceful land of Hunan once lived. To the 9th century onward, due to the strong formation of many other kingdoms, Hunan was divided and gradually lost to destruction. We chose Highway 80 to the ferry, Vam Cong, to cross the Hao River. This ferry connects one side to Lap Vo, district of Dong Thap province, and to the other is Long Xuyen city of Anjiang province. Vam is the end bank of one stream of water flowing into another. The name Cong is unknown when it appeared. During the reign of King Minh Mang of Vietnam, the name of Kai Kung Islet is recorded. When the French wrote on the map, Isle Kai Kong. But whatever the name, we and the other passengers were among the last travelers on this Vam Cong ferry. Because tomorrow, at sunrise, this ferry will be closed. It gave up the job of connecting the two riverbanks to a newly completed modern bridge. Around the middle of the 8th century, the land east of Hunan was conquered by the Khmer people. After merging the ethnic groups, they formed the Chenla Kingdom, also known as Chan Lap. The land to the west of Hunan, known as the Red Earth, began to fall into disrepair. Around the beginning of the 10th century, the land of Red Earth was again invaded by the Lahak people, and the Tiam people occupied the rest. Centuries later, the Lahak ethnic group and the Tiam ethnic group merged, establishing the Tiam Lahak Kingdom. The Kingdom of Tiam Lahak sent an ambassador to pay tribute to the emperor of the Tao country. At that time, it was the Min dynasty. The emperor of the Tao country recognized the king of the Tiam Lahak country. Vietnamese people are used to calling as Siem La country, which is Thailand today. At that time, a few agricultural products were present in the south of Vietnam such as coconut, Siem, banana, Siem, custard, Siem, or duck, Siem. Since then, Hunan is no longer mentioned. Many places where once a prosperous urban place, had to suffer the decline to only be nostalgic for the past. Under the sun's shadow, lonely, desolate, covered many layers of time, with many new generations to come. In the book, Jia Din Ton Thong Kai, it is written, in 1757, the king of Chan Lap country, Nac Tun, brought the land, Tam Phong Long, to Lord Nguyen. Lord Nguyen established the Chao Doc Dao, and merged it into the land of Long Ho. At that time, a lot of places were deserted. The Lord Nguyen had to recruit people to open the land. So it was also called Chao Doc Tan Quang, land. In the book, The South Vietnam Words, by the author Bong Hong Sen, there is a passage that says, Tam Phong Long, due to pronunciation from Khmer language is Kampong Luang. Kampong is the land filled with water, Luang is the king. Meaning, king's wetlands. It is also necessary to say more about this land. In the book, A Brief History of Vietnam, by author Tran Trong Kim, it is recorded. The king of Cambodia, then, Nac Ong Nguyen, passed away. His uncle is Nac Ong Nguyen, who holds the right of regent. The son-in-law of Nguyen is Hin, who rebelled, fought for the throne. The grandson of Nguyen, named Tun, ran across Ha Tien land to ask for help from Mac Thien II, and asked Lord Nguyen to bring troops to help quell the rebellion. After helping to quell the rebellion, Lord Nguyen made Nac Ong Tun, the king of Chan Lap country. The king of Chan Lap, Nac Ong Tun, offered the land, Tam Phong Long, to Lord Nguyen. General Trong Phuc Du and General Nguyen Siu Trinh were in charge of reassurance, dividing the land into 3 Daos. Tam Cao Dao is in charge of reassuring the Sa Dec river section. Tan Chao Dao is in charge of reassuring the Tianjiang river section. Chao Doc Dao is in charge of reassuring the Haojiang river section. In 1833, King Minh Mang of the Nguyen dynasty of Vietnam took the land of Tam Phong Long and the land of Vinh and district, Vinh Long province, established in Giang province. Set up the position, and Ha Governor-General, to manage in Giang and Ha Tien provinces. When the French occupied Cochinchina and Giang province split into 4 provinces, namely, Chao Doc province, Can Tho province, Soc Trang province, Nguyen Giang province. Many years ago, Giang is one of the western provinces, affected by floodwater from the Mekong River and Bien Ho in Nam Bang. Accompanied by sudden rains, sometimes oozing wet, to pouring with too heavy. And its alluring beauty is too easy to captivate the souls of wanderers, specializing in tracing the timestamp like us. The night was still covered. I went to the field with the familiar, Thought Not, trees, to wait for the sun to rise. The sky was still a deep blue, and still. I choose a spot on the dirt bank among the long grass, to wait until the sun came out. At this time, I feel my mood is quite comfortable and peaceful. My ears perceive the bird song, amid the very soft voices of the wild grass, along with the wind through the grass. I felt the scent of morning dew on the wet grass, making my spirit even more refreshing. Those who have been from midnight to the morning, are imbued with the shimmering, lither side of this fleeting moment. Follow the many wet rice fields, with rows of Thought Not trees. Is a vast area, like the tolerant, liberal heart of the people of the South. The mountain is not high though, but it is enough to make the traveler's heart flutter, suddenly want to stop adventuring. I am standing on one side of the field, behind the pagoda, Sa Dac Tot. In front of the eyes are rows of trees, Thought Not, that began to gradually appear. When the sun is slowly coming out, the coldness of the mist is still somewhere around. It reminds us of the story about the person who is waiting for the sunlight through the leaves, in the work, Resounding for a Time, by writer Nguyen Tuan. And the dawn also pleases the traveler. I feel filled with joy, the wait has been answered. The beauty became shimmering and brilliant, the scenery became a wonderful and mesmerizing picture. The feeling of waiting for the sun in a field lined with Thought Not trees really made me feel amazing and worth remembering for a lifetime. The first minutes of a new day, a perfect start, full of hope, and a firm belief in truthfulness, compassion, beauty, will always exist. What a wonderful new day moments. That can be compared with the sun that shines down on the world as soon as it emerges. Even if you look at it forever, and watch it forever, you can't forget the vibe in your soul. I think, more than 1,000 years ago, in the fields with, thought not, trees like here, there were also many people watching the sunrise like us. And more than 1,000 years from now, there will also be a lot of people coming here, to enjoy the ecstasy, which can't be contained. Thought not, due to the pronunciation of the Khmer word, tanat. In this land of Njiang, the tree, thought not, is a typical tree that has been attached for a long time. It is present everywhere in the region, from the shady, curved roads, to the vast rice fields. Or from the high mountains in the middle of the plain, everywhere the silhouettes of trees are seen. Therefore, Njiang is known as the land of the tree, thought not. The vast green field with rows of tall, thought not, trees is one of the vibrant scenes in this Ngang countryside. That is also the reason why, the fields lined with thought not trees are always the destination of those who want to find closeness to nature and return to a simple and idyllic life. Thought nut, also known as the sugar palm tree, belongs to the Areca family. It is a native tree in South Asia and Southeast Asia. Some areas in China also grow this tree. Thought nut is a tree with long leaves, tall stems, 20 years old or more, usually more than 5 meters tall. The diameter of the trunk is more than 30 centimeters, the average lifespan is up to 100 years, and can be up to 20 meters tall. It is grown a lot for drinking water, sugar, baking. Nut tree grows in clusters, similar to a coconut chamber, but smaller. The female thought nut tree bears much fruit, while the male thought nut tree bears no fruit. On the top of the female tree, thought nut, which has many showers, water is taken from this faucet. Thought nut water has a sweet taste, its filling is milky white, fragrant and flexible, with a fatty taste. Used as a very good and nutritious beverage. Our journeys of discovery are memories of. We want to keep it for ourselves, for the children, for later, when there is nothing left of today. Because the people of the next life are often so cruel that they destroy all the most beautiful things left by the previous people. The next day, these recorded images, only in memory, which people often say, back then.